Hey, it's Soul with your tips and reminders for this week in Warcraft. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and without giving away spoilers, let's go over what is actually happening this week in patch 10.2 with the preseason. Later, I'm going to release more focused guides on gearing up and what's happening when Season 3 of Dragonflight actually begins. What happens this week is pretty relaxed and welcoming. The WoW team is doing the usual round of drops and other promotions starting on November 7th. Watch your favorite streamer or settle for me, and this pet and amount will be dropped. Get it to Twitch. It's going to be dropped into your inventory. The promos start at 10 a.m. Pacific, even though Realms might not be up until the afternoon, but I will be streaming from the start so you can get yours right away. When you first log in to a max level character, you're immediately offered this quest to start the 10.2 questline, Call of the Dream. The first part of this took place during patch 10.1.7, and if you've completed it, you can immediately continue to the new questline. If you happen to be on an alt who has not completed that quest but another character on your account did, you can use this handy dandy little item here on the quest UI to activate a skip for that questline if you want to. Before starting off, you're going to want to double check if you had a partial reset on your talents depending on your class and spec. Druids can immediately head over to the barbershop to access a bunch of new Moonkin transformations. Many more appearances for other Druid forms can be accessed through patch content, including zone activities. There's a nifty Wowhead guide that takes you through all of that, and I'll include that in the description below too. One of the first things that I would suggest doing upon entering the Emerald Dream is to take a tour. Get a feel for things, and also collect dragon riding glyphs. There's a handful of them that'll unlock a few additional abilities. You're also going to get yourself a new dragon riding mount and can start collecting new appearances for it. A lot of the new campaigns should be available and can be completed right away for appearances and item level, but the information isn't 100% clear. According to the patch notes, the quests Enter the Dream, Druids of the Flame, and Claws of Vironoth are available. However, there is a fourth questline that was testable on the PTR that is not part of this list. This is important for people who are trying to quickly farm reputation in an effort to get a high renown level or even complete the new Pathfinder achievement, which you can immediately start working on. If you're rep-minded, keep in mind that the Darkmoon Fair is in town and, well, it might not work with the new reputation. I wasn't able to test this on the PTR. But whatever the case, there's going to be a lot of main quest, side quest, and world quest activities available. Also, the Super Bloom event ought to be up and running right away. The Super Bloom starts at the top of every hour and is the start of this kind of hour-long loop of activities that'll have you exploring and collecting to get lots of different cosmetics. But it's also a source of veteran gear, which everyone's going to be interested in getting this early in the season thanks to the elevated item level. Between Super Blooms, the Emerald Frenzy takes place, where you can pick up resources to invest into seeds that are scattered throughout the zone, from which you can get more cosmetics and gear, and you can do this anytime. I covered this in a PTR guide a while back, which is still pretty much on the mark, and it'll give you a good sense of what to do, and maybe more importantly, if it's important for you to do. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description below. Personally, I enjoy the Super Bloom stuff during testing. In a way, it feels like a theme park ride that's running constantly, and you can hop on and off as you like. Maybe in a way you can imagine time rifts, but instead of just being up for like 10 or 15 minutes and then you wait, there's like other things to do in the area while the main event isn't happening. Over in the main questing hub, you're going to find two other major weekly quests to complete. There's the usual Worthy Ally quest that has you farm for reputation to get a nice reward of veteran gear. And there's going to be one that will ask you to plant seeds, which you'll find by opening treasures and defeating rares. You'll quickly find the seed quest to be trivial as you'll get plenty of seeds in the zone. And just like in Season 2, there's going to be a weekly quest that will get you one half of the new spark that'll let you craft gear. Now I'm a big sucker for zone content, but I also play as a tank, which makes things super trivial. I think folks will be in for a treat though, because the requirements for group combat aren't what they were in previous patches. There's no rare requirement. Well, actually, there are both elite and non-elite rares to take on, and the non-elites are soloable, even with low gear. So if you happen to be adventuring alone, you're not going to feel all that penalized. In other events, Deep 6 is the Brawl, and Warlord's Time Walking is available. Odds are good that the gear from that will still be Season 2 gear, so don't get too excited. And I've already mentioned the Darkmoon Fair. Since it's the preseason, there's no rated PvP, there's no Mythic Plus or raids, but item levels have been boosted more than usual, so listen up. The best gear that you can get in the first week is veteran gear, and you can get them from the weekly events, namely the Super Bloom, the Worthy Ally quest, and this Dream Seed Planting quest. Regular and Heroic dungeons will drop Explorer gear with an item level range of 415 to 437, and the item level to queue up for Heroics, by the way, is 372. Legacy group events and Mythic Zeros will drop Adventurer gear with a range of 428 to 450. Completing Heroics and Mythic Zeros will now count towards the Great Vault 2 for bonus loot. This will replace the old quest that had you complete 5 Heroics for a piece of random champion gear. And that about wraps things up. I know I made things sound really thin, but there's actually a lot that goes into each and every part of this patch. Expect more information throughout the week to get you squared away. Stay tuned by subscribing to this channel, like this video, and catch me live for the drops and the chat. I'll see you for the next thing, and let's have Bob take us out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Hey look, it's a new month, come and join me. We're gonna do collecting. Cause tender is my breakfast, tender's what I breathe, tender is the loot I collect from the corpses, tender's running through my veins, tender's both my pleasure and pain. It's like coffee, tender's in my cup, suddenly it's not cause I bought things. Check me on my badass broomstick mount, got my tender than your mama can count on.